Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for episode 2 of my Road to Skywalker series. Yes, where I go through the entire 8 Star Wars movies, plus Solo and Rogue One, and give you my thoughts, tell you what I think and where I rank them. We've already done The Phantom Menace. We are now on to episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And what can we expect in Attack of the Clones? Lots of big battle action, a very unconvincing Obi-Wan Kenobi beard on Ewan McGregor, lots of wooden acting, journeys to lots of different worlds, an ocean world, deserts and all that kind of stuff as we normally have with Star Wars, plus the inclusion of Count Dooku himself, yes, Christopher Lee. We also get Boba's dad, Jango Fett, and a lightsaber battle with a little green friend. Yes, that I shall tell you a little bit about my experience with that battle at the cinema after the film. But anyway, so let's get on with watching episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and I'll give you my thoughts after the movie. Ooh, there's that familiar tag again. Okay, so we've had all the politics, we've had all the trade disputes and all that kind of stuff in The Phantom Menace. George, what would you like to put into episode 2? Let's stick a really long love story in the middle of it and slow the whole film down. Yes, The Attack of the Clones is one of the longest Star Wars films. Rise of Skywalker might even beat it, I'm not sure. It's going to come close. But yes, so what happens with Attack of the Clones then? Okay, we take up the fold many years later. Amidala is returning home to Naboo, thinking that someone's out for her. And she finds out that actually somebody is actually out for her. Yes, she's got an assassin on her tail. And it's up to a couple of good old Jedi to protect her and to find out who's actually trying to kill her. Obi-Wan returns with a new beard, which looks a little bit unnatural, plus a mullet. And also, we have a new Annie. That's right, we have a big grown-up Annie. And when those elevator doors first open, there's Obi-Wan. And I could have swore there was actually a walking stick standing next to him. It's actually Anakin. They both have the same acting ability. Yes, so this time Annie is played by Hayden Christensen, who no one had ever heard of before. And to be perfectly honest, no one's ever heard of since. Poor old Hayden Christensen. Oh my God. Hayden Christensen and Jake Lloyd. What a way to destroy your careers. So what have we got in episode 2? We've got a separatist army led by Christopher Lee himself. We have a huge clone army, which is being built on Camino. By another load of fish fingers looking people. So this film bounces from Naboo to Coruscant to Geonosis and all the other planets in between, and Camino as well, which is the water planet. And that's where Obi-Wan meets up with Jango and his son Boba. That's right. Of course, we've got Palpatine up to his usual political disruption, looking a little bit more Sithy. A little bit Sithy than normal, especially around the eyes, and his wrinkles are actually showing. The dark side is showing on you, my friend. And we also have Anakin buggering off to Tatooine to find his mum. That's right, he's only gone and lost his mum. And he's led to the Lars homestead, which we haven't seen in yonks. And we meet Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru in their youth. I know. Blimey. And they're still giving them weird drinks in plastic cups. Yes, but the homestead does look familiar. And Anakin goes out on his speeder looking for his mum. And while he's there, what do? You slaughter some Tusken Raiders. I hate them! I killed them! I killed them all! Not just the men or the women, but the children as well. Yes, good old Anakin going into acting overdrive. So some of the dialogue is pretty naff. There are some good pieces of dialogue, such as Samuel L. Jackson, "This part is over." Yes. But of course, there's also the usual naff dialogue, like, "I truly, deeply love you." And sand gets everywhere. It's coarse, it's rough. It's irritating. I tell you what, I went to Folkestone Beach once when I was young, and I got sand right up my bumhole. I had to go and run in the sea to wash it out. Oh yes, it bloody well is irritating. We got the big old love scene in the middle, just rolling over, Anakin and Padme rolling over in lots of fields with waterfalls behind, and some big horrible looking fat meat monsters behind them, and some badly CGI'd Anakin trying to ride one of them. And yeah, it goes on and on and on. The love story is stretched out as much as it can be, which is probably why it's 2 hours and 22 minutes. Cut out the love story, we would have had a 2-hour Star Wars film, which probably wouldn't have been rated as badly as it was. We do get some really good special effects as well, like the clone army. The Camino actually doesn't look too bad. The sea looks a bit dodgy. We also have this very Blade Runner-esque sky speeder chase, where Anakin and Obi-Wan are chasing the would-be assassin. Big battle at the end, gladiator style, big arena. One thing I'm kind of curious about now is on Geonosis, right at the very end, they show a holograph of the Death Star. And they say, oh, if they only knew what we're planning to build. I thought Galen Erso helped build the Death Star. I don't remember any Geonosians in Rogue One. Yeah. We got some comedy elements in Attack of the Clones. The C-3PO head swap was quite funny, actually. Bit corny. It's very corny, but it's quite funny. Oh, this is such a drag. I'm quite beside myself. That generated a laugh. The Yoda scene right at the very end with him battling Count Dooku. I remember when I went to the cinema, I saw a midnight performance with my brother. And when Yoda came on and started fighting and flipping and backflipping, people in the audience were cheering like mad. We don't do that in the UK. They only do that in the US. They're nuts over there. But it was a very, very lively audience at midnight. And also the end of Attack of the Clones is a bit too CGI heavy with the battle. I mean, not just in the arena, but when they leave the arena as well. There's like droids shooting machines, shooting Jedi, lightsabers coming all over the place, dust flying. It's just so much going on. And here's a joke for you. How many lightsabers can you fit in an arena? Also, right at the very end, when good old Mace Windu goes after Django and slices his noggin off, old Boba picks his helmet up. But why doesn't his head plop out? He lifts his helmet up. I would have thought it would have gone onto the floor. So yeah, there are some good moments in Attack of the Clones, but there are some boring moments in Attack of the Clones as well. And it is a little bit too long. It's a little bit too long, I think, because of this whole love stretch thing in the middle. The acting, the acting is better than Phantom Menace, but then again, it's not, especially when Anakin's on screen. Obi-Wan feels a little less wooden this time. Palpatine doesn't have a huge amount of screen time in this film. Of course, you can't fault Christopher Lee. What screen time he has, he kills it on the dialogue. Fantastic. And of course, good old John Williams delivering us another fantastic score. So, yes, all in all, yeah, moderately entertaining Star Wars film. I would say this is even weaker than The Phantom Menace. There's always one weak one in a trilogy, I believe. Where would I rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? So I'm going to give Attack of the Clones, and this is on a scale of 1 to 10, so 1 being a Geonosis scum and 10 being a romp in the forest with Natalie Portman. Yes, I would rate this probably 5. Yeah, I'll give it half. So I'll give it 5 clones. Yes, out of 10. Fantastic. So hope you enjoyed my review, my second review of the Star Wars franchise, Attack of the Clones. The next one will be Revenge of the Sith, which is way better than the last two. But it does also have its faults as well. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that, watching that one and reviewing it. Fantastic. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up or some clones up. And don't forget to subscribe, share, comment down below if you like Attack of the Clones, what you don't like about Attack of the Clones. And I'll see you on the next review, which will be Revenge of the Sith. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you. Bye.